Hello, good day. This is an introduction to ESQL. For those of you that have not heard of ESQL, ESQL is a new solution currently making waves all around the world. ESQL, to be simple, is an application that sits on inside really Microsoft Excel. Now, in front of you is ESQL front page. As you can see, we are on the home page here. ESQL does have two different versions. Um, Number one version is the community edition, and what you see in front of you is the professional version 1. There are more versions that will be coming out soon, but currently it's just two versions, version and the professional version. The community version is free to use for anyone that wishes to get ESQL. For this professional version, it has more features, and that is what I'll be showing you today. Now, having a look at what ESQL can do, you might be thinking, what can ESQL do? ESQL is a very versatile application that has been sought for by professionals in different industry, and I'm going to take you through what it can do. Looking at this, looking at the diagram in front of you, simply what it does, it can take in data from sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, or unlimited sheets. Sheet 1 simply means any name you create a sheet down here and you name it, that represents your sheet name. It understands it and take it into account. You now run SQL code, it gets anything in your sheet to provide the result. What you see on the right hand side, it can also get data sets from any source that you bring in into Excel. It must come as a sheet. If it's simple data or complex data, ESQL is very capable of running it. And coming down here, this is the start button for you to start the application. But right now, I'm not going to click on start now. I'm just going to go down below to tell you how many sheets and what are in those different sheets. As you can see from the left hand side, we're on the home screen. ESQL has home screen, which I just talked about. The next here is just a welcome screen. I've clicked on it now. It's kind of the same. What you can still do here, I've made it larger now. You can still start ESQL from here. Then I'm moving to the next one. We just finished the welcome tab there. The next one is ESQL kind of engine part where it picks your code. You can also hand type it here if you want. I am going to demo every single thing as we walk along. Not in this video, maybe in the next one. But for now, just know this page exists. The next page, which is called table 1, is simply a raw data for you to play with, and I'm going to be using this data in most of my demo. As you can see here, this data contains of a heading and also 7 different row data. This is kind of covers most cases that most company has. And guess what? I am going to show you why these are key data. Moving forward, there's activity page, and this activity page kind of captures more the history of what you are running. If you run a code, it kind of keeps it here, keeps it part of the result of your code, so you can have history or trail, audit trail of what you've been doing. You can also start ESQL here, and also the next button, as you can see, is delete rows. If you have some results history that you don't want to see anymore, you can click this button. It brings a pop-up where you can delete. I am not going to click it now. This is just a walkthrough of the interface. There are other videos and you see ESQL performing live. Coming to the next tab there, as you can see, is called SQL result. And this SQL result, this is where we'll be doing more of our code. It has 3 buttons, as you can see. The first button is also a start button where you start ESQL. The next one is a clear button where we clear all the data we are seeing here. If we don't want to see any data, we click this, it clears it all. Then the last one is quite advanced, it's a split sheet. What this does, if you have multiple columns in a sheet where it's above the limit of the SQL code, it walk you through what to do to limit it and still get high performance results from your SQL code. Now that is all the pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of ESQL. Moving above, like I said, ESQL sits in Excel. Clicking on the home button, you have the power. I'm just going to pin this one. You have the power of Excel. Every single thing you know of Excel is all here. By the time you use ESQL, you bring up your result, you can still use all the wonderful things you know Excel can do. You can still carry them out. I'm just working, clicking every single tab there. As you can see, they're all what you're familiar with, and you can do it. You can also click on File and save what you want to save, and do everything you wish to do. So, friends, that is a walkthrough of ESQL. Am I finished? Oh no, there's more to see. So I'm going to click on the Start button now. As you can see, it brings this pop-up. From this pop-up, you can determine what you really, what kind of interface you want. How do you want to use ESQL? Do you wish to use a large screen or a small screen? So I'm going to start off with the large screen. The large screen and the small screen, they're all the same. I'm going to start up now, clicking yes, that I want to use a larger screen, which is above 21 inches. Clicking on this brings a big form. As you can see, we're just going to shake the form a little bit. Yep. So what you see in front of you is ESQL's interface. As you can see, is model simulation, which gives you the power to design different models, different SQL, and you run it directly in Excel. ESQL, as you can see in this section, does have 1, 2, 3, and 4 tabs. I'm going to run down this. I'm going to run you through these 4 tabs to tell you what they do. Now, view 1, view 2, view 3 is just different ways, different design of ESQL. So coming down in view 1, all you have here, you have this SQL code section where you put in your code, as you can see, and any code you put in here, the result shows here. So how does the result show here? You come down and click on Run. Clicking on this Run button takes this ESQL code, goes into Excel, converts it to anything you've put in here, and your result comes here. Simple as that, nothing complicated. You can hit this Run button on the bottom here, or you go top right and hit the Run button above. Now coming to my left again, coming downwards, you can see copy. It does exactly what it says. You click on this, it copies the results that you've put in. We're going to demo this thing, every single thing later on, but right now this is just a walkthrough of the interface. You have view, you click on this view, you can see more. It takes you into the Excel sheet behind the scene here, and you can view whatever you wish to view on the Excel. You can also clear what you've done to start all over again. You're free to clear it, and you have a comment button. This we're going to talk in depth into this comment button. You like to put headings, put notes as regard what your code wants to do. You can use this comment button. You can also use the comment button to color the headings of your comment, and that is what it's for. Now, if you can see, everything bottom here is also duplicated at the top, which is very, very useful. Moving forward, you also have a guide button. If you click this guide button, you see a pop-up comes up where you can see codes, pre-written codes where you can use. Now that is all about SQL view 1. I'm just going to now move to view 2. On view 2, as you can see, is a little bit different from view 1 because in view 2 you can see your result comes on top, SQL result, as you can see here. Coming down, you can see SQL code. You write your code here, and the run button is still the same. You click on run, your code runs here, and you get your results here. You can also hit the run button above here. And from as you can see, the guide is still here. Clear button, they are all the same um, as we saw in SQL view 1. This is view 2 we are in. So that's all about view 2. I'm going to move over to view 3. Clicking on view 2 is just like view 1. It is kind of has a bigger interface here, as you can see. If you wish, if you run big codes, you want your views, your results to be viewed in a larger way. This is kind of what it provides. So it's really your choice, right? You either choose view 1, view 2, or view 3. Every single thing above is the same thing what I talked about in the view 1 and the view 2. You also have coming below, bottom left, you have the run button, the copy, just the same what I said. Finally, above you get the speed of how fast your code has worked. You might need this to know how fast your code is responding. If you want to tweak it to make it better, you're very free, but this helps you to do better. Records, if you run your code, if it brings 20 results, 10 results, it just kind of give you a figure of the total records you've gotten now. And that is really all. We have the close button here, and also you can also close it from this bit. So this is all what the form 2, really the larger form, can give you. I'm just going to close this down and bring out the smaller form, which I'll just call form 1. We'll close this down here. As you can see, it's gone. I'm going to click start again so I can get the pop-up asking me if I want the small or the medium or the large form. Clicking this again, you remember we clicked yes. This time around I'm going to click no to get the smaller form. Clicking no brings a smaller form, a mini form. This is very useful if you have a smaller computer, so this can fit in perfectly into your small computer. As you can see, the interface is perfectly a duplicate of the larger one. Every single thing the same. You have the view 1, view 2, view 3, and generate data. You also have the speed and the records. Above there is a model simulation system. You have your SQL tab on the left, on the right, and every single thing the same. I'm just going to click on each one of them so you see it's the same. You see it's the same, smaller version, the same. And finally, generate data. I think I didn't talk about this. So generate data tab simply helps you if you, in case you don't have data, you want to use this for training, you need data to train yourself with, you want to generate any kind of industry kind of data, you want 5 columns, 200 columns, you want a million rows or more, you have the freedom to use this generate. Once you click on this, it brings a pop-up and start talking with you and tell you every single thing it needs from you to customize and generate data you want. Very, very useful and very powerful feature of ESQL. So this is kind of the end of this demonstration. One last thing I'd like to let you know, I'll click on this close button. If you noticed, there's this pop-up always hanging here. I'm just going to do it again. I'm going to close this. Watch when I click on start. This pop-up comes up. I click no or yes, brings up the form. The minute I click the close button, a pop-up will come here. So I'm going to close it now. As you can see, it's there. This is very useful if you want to keep it beside your screen. You close this bit or you minimize this down. It can be hanging on your screen. If you want to pop the form up at any time, you can use it. For example, if I minimize this down now, you can see it's down. I can also bring it up by bringing this system up again. It's still here. I can use it immediately instead of clicking the start button. If I click the open button, it brings out again this question to ask if it's small or large interface for me to use. And this is all a walkthrough, simple walkthrough on the different tabs of ESQL. In the next section, you'll be having more in-depth run through of what it can do and how it can save you tons of work of or anxiety that people have currently using multiple formulas that at the end of the day doesn't solve what they aim at to achieve. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you stick with us while we have a big run through and fun having this wonderful project tool to be used across different industries, achieving maximum value to your operation. Thank you and goodbye.